all these TV commercials and stuff. Where are Daniel Jones's commercials? I don't see them. I get it's Corona year, but I don't see those commercials. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony, and welcome to another edition of BNA Sports Talk. And today, as a unbiased Giants fan, I'm going to be discussing why Daniel Jones' second year is not going to be similar to Baker Mayfield's second year, where he struggled immensely and the team severely underperformed expectations. Now, the Giants don't have amazing expectations this year. Let's actually go back to last year. And when Daniel Jones took over for Eli Manning, it was similar to Baker Mayfield taking over Tyrod Taylor in the fact that he took over at quarterback. Daniel Jones had big shoes to fill, and boy, did he do it right away. Obviously, the whole thing with the rookies coming in, even Kyle Allen played well in his first couple games and then eventually catches up to you. Both Baker Mayfield and Daniel Jones, settled down the stretch. You had Baker Mayfield some impressive games, especially against the Baltimore Ravens, with nearly 400 yards in that last game. Physical thing is, a lot of people are saying, you know what, Baker Mayfield and Daniel Jones, you take a look at their highest games, Daniel Jones, 5 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, those games. And then when he played actual good teams, you see 1 touchdown to 3 interceptions and a lot of fumbles and things like that. But that's called being a rookie. That's called learning from your mistakes. And both had their ups and downs. It's a rookie season. We can start comparing the stats. I'll have them up on the screen. Daniel Jones, 24 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Very similar to Baker Mayfield's touchdown to interception ratio. I believe Daniel Jones would have beaten Baker Mayfield's record had he played all the games. And Baker Mayfield didn't play every game either of the season. I think he only had 14 or 15 games. And yeah, you still look at completion percentage, take a look at passer rating. Baker Mayfield had this slight edge over Daniel Jones, but Baker had I guess a better supporting cast for the first year. Daniel Jones had a lot of injuries in his first year. That's something that is the difference between them two. And to get a look at sack numbers, Daniel Jones had 38 sacks. A lot of them were kind of Daniel Jones' fault by staying in the pocket too long. Baker Mayfield got the ball out of his hand really quickly. And generally, he was a little bit more of an efficient passer. I think he had 7.5 yards per attempt compared to Daniel Jones' 6.5 yards per attempt. And that's the last I want to talk about stats for this entire video. And Baker Mayfield had a better rookie season than what Daniel Jones did. But I think Daniel Jones is more primed for success in their second year. Now, first of all, Daniel Jones is way more of an athlete than Baker Mayfield. I think that Jason Garrett's going to be able to utilize Daniel Jones more in running. He had 45 attempts for 279 yards. He had one of the highest yards per scramble in the league. I think it was just behind Lamar Jackson. Baker Mayfield is not like that. You could say, oh, he has enough athleticism. But I think, when you're talking about Daniel Jones, he has a above average athleticism for a quarterback. It's a little bit better than Ryan Tannehill. It's a little bit better, I think, than Dak Prescott. Baker Mayfield's more of like an athlete in name. Like, you think he's like a Brett Favre. You think that he's an elusive. That's like the imagery you have of him. But, he's not fast whatsoever. Daniel Jones is, he can jump higher. He's, 6 inches taller. He can see over the linemen. And speaking about linemen, Baker Mayfield had no such thing last year. But the Giants made that a priority for them this year. We brought in Kevin Zeitler. We drafted Will Hernandez to eventually groom the new guy. They were meant to, help Eli Manning get that, last Super Bowl. But, Daniel Jones, it'll do for Daniel Jones. We drafted Andrew Thomas, among other guys in the draft this year. Shane Lemieux, Matt Parrott. But what have the Cleveland Browns done for Baker Mayfield? I'm talking about last year and even this year. He drafted 2 right tackles, and one is not even a good pass protector. He's a great run blocker. But you have one of the best running backs in the game, so I really don't understand what they did there. What happens if one of them goes down? They have no sort of offensive line depth. I think one of their guards is supposed to be good. Greg Robinson gets busted for a week, so overall they're a mess. The Giants aren't much better, but at least we have no offensive line problems. Offensive line is better. It's going to help up Saquon Barkley for the run, and this offense is suited for Daniel Jones' success. Who was the head coach last year? Yeah, Freddie Kitchens. You know how you can tell he's not a good coach? Oh, yeah, because he's our tight ends coach this year. You don't go from a head coach to a tight ends coach if you're not any good, So that's what I'm trying to say. Jason Garrett knows how to coach guys. He's excited to coach Daniel Jones. He wants to get back in it. He got demoted from a head coach to offensive coordinator, I understand. We take a look at this offense. He's going to make the reads simple for Daniel Jones. Pat Shurmur, it was very simple last year for Daniel Jones. You have guys like Patrick Mahomes that just learned how to read defenses in his third year, So Daniel Jones this year, I'm expecting him to take a leap as far as reading defenses. He's practicing this year, and especially with the wide receivers, he's developed some continuity and developed some chemistry with his wide receivers. They kept them all the same. In Baker Mayfield's second year, you start adding, things to the pot. You start adding Odells. You start adding, I think they added some other wide receivers as well. Just a bunch of drama, a bunch of things that is not necessary. Baker Mayfield was not put in a position to succeed. Even in his first year, he had hard knocks, all these things. And as far as leadership, too, and work ethic, I'm not saying Baker Mayfield doesn't work at all, but he was filming commercials. Daniel Jones, in the midst of a pandemic, is in Texas in the heat, working out with his guys and his boys. He's being a leader. He's saying all the right things. He's not even saying much, honestly. Baker Mayfield, he put all these expectations on himself. And, he was a bit cocky in college and things, and now it didn't work out. And he's going to have to work from square one. Baker Mayfield had a better defense than what Daniel Jones had. So there will be a direct comparison. Daniel Jones doesn't have all these studs on defense with like cornerbacks and, all these different things like a Myles Garrett. Baker Mayfield did. He had a defense to support him. That I think Baker Mayfield has the edge in that way. I think Daniel Jones is the better quarterback in year 2 than what Baker Mayfield was in his year 2. Take a look at it. I think Daniel Jones is slightly worse than Baker Mayfield right now. If you had to take a rankings at it, I'd rank, Daniel Jones at 23, Baker at 22, something around there, because he has one more year in the league. Baker joined the league at 23, Daniel Jones joined the league at 22. And so overall, there are a lot of good things to say about both quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield is making a lot of mistakes last year that were variables that rookies should make. Daniel Jones was making rookie mistakes because, I don't know, he's a rookie. He's going to fix his fumbling problem. He's going to learn how to slide because, I don't know, like him sliding is awful. He needs to just take a lesson from Derek Jeter or something to learn how to slide. That's what Eli Manning did. Daniel Jones needs to do that. Amongst little things, timing routes, reading defense just a little bit quicker, and that only comes with experience. He's going to have a heck of a whirl in his first couple of games, but it should be interesting. And that's why I think Baker Mayfield and Daniel Jones, Baker Mayfield will have a worse second year than what Daniel Jones will have in his second year. Let me know what you guys think. Was there a point that I missed? I probably did miss a point or two that I really wanted to discuss. If not, I'll just put it in the graphic. But hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.